Simple.
Any questions, folks?
You ever use a grinder?
No.
The question being asked, do you ever use a grinder? Now, I'm sure you all know what the lad's talking about, a small 7-inch disc with a cutting disc on it.
Yeah. When I trained in Holland, we trained with the knives and the clippers, and I've never found any reason to use a grinder. A good sharp knife does just as much. On a day like today, we couldn't use a grinder because there'd be bits of hoof flying everywhere. You'd have to stand back there, and the health and safety guys would have a field day. And you've got a grinder up here. All the grinder does is it takes the hoof off and it levels it off. But then you've got to pick the knife up and do the modelling, and you can't take all these cracks out the heel with a grinder. But it's each to his own. Some very good foot trimmers do use grinders, and it's just what they like. But I personally trained with the knives, and I've just stuck to it.
Anything else?
Where you cut out the back of the heel there, is that only associated with Holstein cows? Where you cut out the back of the heel there? Not that there.
Yeah.
Is that only associated with Holstein cows? Because I never see that in my British Friesian cow.
What housing conditions do you have? Are you in cubicles?
Oh, they're in cubicles now, but they have been on straw and they have been on everything over a long number of years. And
well,
I have only noticed that for I saw Holstein cows being done.
Yeah. Well, you must be very lucky, because most breeds, jerseys and everything, I come across all need the heels tidying up like that. So
No,
you may be using a very good hard-footed bull or something. But most housing conditions and most breeds all have a problem with the heels. I've never come across a farm where I've not had to do the heels like that.
No, I have never done a heel.
Yeah.
If I done the heel, I would have blood run every place. Simple as that.
Yeah. Then you must be very lucky then. Yeah. Whatever you're doing well. So keep doing it. Yeah.
But, I have cows and they're 14 years of age and never had their feet up.
Yes, we're going to do a knife demonstration at the moment, but we really do have to comment about what this lad's saying, because this dairy industry of ours is under extreme pressure from welfare issues and other issues, and foot trimming, hoof care is vitally important. There isn't any question about that. And if you've got, it's what we're all trying to achieve, is to get cows to last longer, do another lactation, even Holstein cows. And I've got Holstein cows at home that are in their 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th lactation. Not all of them by any manner of means. I'm not suggesting that for 1 minute. But with hoof care, constant, regular hoof care, we can get long life out of them. But you're very lucky if you've got a herd of cows that you can get that kind of lifetime lactations out of them.
Do you use a foot bath? No.
That's the other thing we never spoke about. How often would you put cows through a foot bath, and what would you put in it, Alan?
At least once or twice a week, minimum.
Formalin or what?
Formalin, or a mixture of formalin and copper sulfate, or alternate it. One day formalin, one day copper sulfate. Yeah.
Well, listen, you go ahead and do the knife sharpening piece, and I'll put the cow back in the pen.
Yeah.
If there are any other questions, don't be afraid to stick up your hand and shout out, because that's why we're here. All
and in any crush, they do not like having the front foot done. The back foot's quite natural because it's just up in the air, there's nothing restraining it. A lot of farmers say, when I try and do cow's feet, I'll tie them to the girder in the parlour and everything. But when it's restrained like that, they're fighting and kicking all the time. This crush was designed many years ago by a Dutch foot trimmer, and the way it's all angled and everything, the foot comes up naturally and they can't kick because this chain holds the muscle there, and they just relax. You do get some cows that get a bit excited, but normally when you're doing the front feet, it's been restrained like that, and this cow has been very good. She's just relaxed, but sometimes they kick and pull because they've been restrained.
Interesting, you should talk about the crush, because this is what you call, I'm not promoting it by any manner of means, but this is what's called a Wopa Box. And as you travel around this show today, you will see an enormous selection of crushes up in that building. I never seen anything quite like it yesterday when we were putting them in. All kinds of shapes and sizes, and metal that would hold the Queen Elizabeth up to dock, made with massive pieces of steel. And I just would worry a little bit that if a cow went into some of these crushes that you see up there today, she'd probably get in the first time, but she would probably never want to get in the second time. With this so simply designed Wopa Box, I mean, this cow would come back here in half an hour and walk straight back in there again. It's so simple for her. And easily operated by one man.
Go on, go. In you go.